Hello there. Have you ever thought, wow, I want to know more about psychedelic drugs and their popularity in the 1960s? It's your lucky day. I am Sean. I'll be your tour guide through this little adventure of sorts. So strap in, come along, I'll show you. Wow. I believe that psychedelia was the most prominent cultural movement of the 1960s. What are psychedelics? Well, they're drugs. More specifically, they're hallucinogens, so they make you feel you're kind of loopy, you know? You might see things like this, or like this, or maybe even like this. You get the point, but you get the point. More mild psychedelics might just make you feel like you're in slow motion, right? Probably more importantly, they can make you have realizations about the earth, or even make you have spiritual experiences that enlighten you to the beauties of life itself. So now that you know all about psychedelics, let's take a little trip to a place I like to call the 1960s. I'm only joking, but let's learn. Timothy Leary, who's a psychologist right here in beautiful Massachusetts, he found the most popular psychedelic drug, LSD, when he was researching the positive effects of psilocybin when used for psychological treatment. That's the stuff in magic mushrooms. Poof. What? So he tried it, and then he started telling everyone how cool it was. And since people didn't want to seem uncool, you teens can relate to that one, they started trying it themselves, and soon enough, every young person was trying psychedelics such as LSD, marijuana, and even more. But who were these people, you're probably asking? Well, let's find out. Most of the people who were regular psychedelic users were called hippies. These were mostly teens and young adults who wanted to be outside the norm, so to speak. Psychedelics were popular with hippies because they found that it helped them to open doors to explore their inner selves and their spirituality. What's that I hear? Huh, it looks like we've got a little video message from one of our 60s hippie friends. Let's take a look.
Oh, it's been a beautiful experience the past year since I first tried LSD. It's opened my mind to accepting the different people that turn on to the different drugs, and it's so easy to just love everybody.
Well, how groovy was that? Thanks a million for the message, Daddy-O. Now, let's take a look into... Taking psychedelics had a huge impact on the music of the generation. People like the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix started making music that the kids nowadays might call more trippy. I never understand the new lingo, but I think it's a riot. So this music totally took off, and it started a bunch of new subgenres of psychedelic music, such as psychedelic rock or psychedelic folk. Here's a little sample I picked up for you for a psychedelic rock song.
Strawberry fields, nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever.
You might even hear some of that style in today's music. Keep an ear out. Like music, psychedelics had quite an influence on art. Not to say that music isn't art. I mean, I'm talking about the visual kind of art. I'm not discriminating against music. Wait, can we edit that out? Psychedelic art was most frequently used in posters and other merchandise that related to psychedelic music. Go figure. It usually featured bright, contrasting colors and strange patterns and designs. It also played with perspective and blended things together. Let me ask you something. You ever see one of those trippy, there it is again, trippy optical illusions? Well, the art of the 60s was a lot like those. Here's some examples that I personally picked out for your viewing pleasure.
Strawberry fields.
Well, they're telling me I don't have much time left, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And remember 2 things. Be safe and stay